Okay, I just wanted to add, you'll see that I've got the paper towel and I am wiping it down with it, but what I forgot to mention to you is by the time you're putting that Danish oil on your wand, that wand has got to be sanded down to, you know, a pretty silky feel. I'm saying you probably, you know, if you're using a small hand tool such as a hand drill or something like that, you can start out with your hand drill as I've shown you in previous episodes. Then you're going to, you know, do everything after that is done by hand, and you'll use like 120 paper, 220 paper grit too, 220. Then you'll go from 220 to 400. And that's it. Then you can go ahead and apply your Danish oil after the 400 grit. You're going to leave it dry overnight. You're going to wipe it down. And I can't do it really with one hand. But you're going to completely cover this wand, the bark included. And as I said, let it dry overnight. But by the time you've gotten to this point here, you've got a wand that has already been sanded down to a silky feel with 400 grit. Let it dry overnight. Once it's dry, you're going to take the 400 grit again and you're going to resand it again. If at that point you want to take and put some more of the Danish oil on there, go ahead and do that. Let it dry again. However, the manufacturer's suggested drying time, really, I guess it depends upon how thin you put that layer of oil on there is going to determine how quickly it's going to dry. I just do mine overnight, and then after that, you, as I said, let it dry. Use your 400 grit. Then you can, the absolute final one would be your 800 grit after that. But as I said, you know, in order to shape your wand, you're going to be really starting out with like 120, even, you know, 100 grit. That will be used with your drill. But once you get to the point like this, you're talking, you know, everything done by hand with 220 grit to 400. Once you get it nice and silky, then that's the point you get your Danish oil out. And then let it dry. Once again, 400 grit, then your 800 grit. The final, absolute final step is your finishing paste. And after that, you're done. Okay, Wands of Avalon, wand making 101.